Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to LCW Lights Camera Wrestling. I am Oz the Alchemist.
And I am Lola Love.
Whew. You know what? Let's open with how are you doing? How you feeling?
You know, at first it started off kind of, yeah, during the week in the beginning, it's like, all right, I was at I say a high medium, and then it just skyrocketed. I'm still stunned by, by how the week left off. Like, there's so many questions. When I say I went back like 20 times to watch it over and over and dissect the masterpiece that is The Rock.
I'm also meant how you doing as a person today, not as am
Um,
I.
well, as a person today, I'm doing all right. It was a pretty long week, pretty stressful. Um, so I was put out there for the people. I am a kindergarten teacher, so I deal with children every day. Little snotty nosed, lovable rugrats all day, every day. And it has its challenges. Sometimes I'm just now getting over being very sick. That definitely comes along with it, but I'm feeling a lot better now and just, pushing through. It's just really this weather that's getting me down. Like,
Yeah,
that's Chicago for you. I feel like when the sun is out, you just get happier. And
that's true.
man, you keep thinking, yes, we're on our way to spring, and no, it's going to drop about 30 degrees, and it's 15 degrees the next day. Like, what the hell
All
is
the
this?
time.
All the time. So, yeah, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm great actually.
Hmm.
Been very productive this week. Uh, Working out, going to work, all of that stuff. And I was gonna say it last week, but it wasn't confirmed last week. One of us, at least half of LCW, will be in the building at WrestleMania, at least for night one.
All right, all right.
So y'all will get something. Y'all will get something from that. I'm not sure what. And then night two, I guess me and you can talk about because potentially we may be able to go live at some point and just have a live stream of that.
That'll be awesome. Yeah.
So we'll see how that
Woohoo!
works out.
Live streaming from Vegas.
All right. So now we can get into everything that happened this week.
Hmm.
And before we start, I definitely want to say SmackDown has definitely become the A show for me. Raw was always the A show, and it's on Netflix, which was supposed to be a big deal and all of that. But they don't pay us for you to be advertising.
I just want to let the people know this is delicious. This is some new chocolate hazelnut.
But yeah, yeah, Raw is definitely become the B show for me. The A show is definitely SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
Um,
It's weird how that took a huge twist because for me, even being a kid, Raw was the A show. But at some point, SmackDown, well, no, I don't think Raw ever stopped being the A show. SmackDown was just getting better. I believe, honestly, after Rock took a nice, break and went to Hollywood, SmackDown wasn't as good. And then when the Ruthless Aggression era started to come in, when John Cena, hello, showed up. And I want to say around the time that Stephanie McMahon was the general manager, that's when SmackDown was like, okay, I'm tuning in. Like it was really good. Like that was we had Brock Lesnar in his early years, like Undertaker and his American Badass, era, and it was it was decent. And then it started to dwindle, and Raw just dominated these past 10 years. Raw hasn't been a show, so it's kind of shocking to see that SmackDown's been kicking ass.
yeah,
I'll say ever since. I don't know. You can weigh in on that. I want to say since Roman returned as this tribal chief, Raw they've been giving Raw a run for their money.
Yeah, I can definitely say
Hmm.
that. And also, it might be, obviously it's gonna be biased on our end because we feel how we feel. But Jacob's on that show, so I'm definitely, I'm definitely behind like SmackDown, and the fact that The Rock showed up on SmackDown to talk to Cody about what he talked about, which we gonna get into. But
Yes,
we got to start off with Raw. So the highlights from Raw was Sami Zayn asking for a fight against Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber, which I was, hoping was going to be WrestleMania, but I'll take it because I know it's going to be fire. They've always produced fire together.
I like it better at Elimination Chamber, and here's why. Their match is going to be brutal. It's going to be messy. It's going to be epic. It's going to hurt a lot emotionally, physically. And I feel like the Elimination Chamber, the spectacle of the Elimination Chamber, it just fits right in. Now, WrestleMania is huge, and it is. But I don't want to see a huge, brutal match at WrestleMania. WrestleMania to me is like a big showcase. Like, it's where you show off your skills, but everything is just glitz and glamour. It's that for me. Like WrestleMania is Hollywood. So the fact that they're doing this in Elimination Chamber where every match is designed to be brutal, I love it. I love it. I believe it should be a false count anywhere. Um, no holds barred match. Just let them go at it. Just let them go at it. Anything goes. Because it shouldn't be that there's no title, so it can be a ladder match. I don't want to see they're not at, well, are they? I want to say, are they at Hell in a Cell? But they can't do that because the chamber. So they
Right.
can't do a Hell in a Cell or a cage match. So anything goes, falls count anywhere. I see that happening.
That,
It can't be a sanctioned match.
yeah, no, that they need to be able to brutalize each other. And
Hmm.
for the storyline that they got together right now, that's a necessity.
Hmm.
The thing is, I know they're going to give it to Sammy on this because the only way they would give it to Kevin is
Yeah.
because um they're swerving us. They're basically like, you thought this was going to happen, and it's not. But like,
Hmm.
Kevin's been on a run with this whole I'm right, everybody else is wrong. So like, if he beats Sammy, I'll be
Hmm.
happy, but I don't feel like they're going to do that. I feel like they're going to try to continue to push Sammy on, you know, to bigger and better things because at this point he kind of needs to be. It's time for him to get a world championship. Even though I definitely want Kevin to win this.
You know what? And I agree with you 100%. I do believe that is how it's going to go. Um, I do want Kevin to win though. I really do. Like I don't want Sammy to be able to win this one because regardless of what's going on, how I really feel about Kevin, because I'm not a big fan. But this whole situation with him and Sammy, Kevin pretty much he's the one that I don't want to say he's the one that kicked it off because he didn't. Sammy is most definitely. He's the one that pretty much started this whole ordeal with choosing. I don't want to say just choosing Cody, just choosing other people as well. He shows Roman Reigns, he shows Jey Uso, he's chosen other people constantly over Kevin. And I know that right now Kevin feels like, I don't have anyone. He's no longer friends with Cody Rhodes. He's not friends with Seth Rollins. That Sammy was all he had left, and you betrayed him like he's his brother. My brother betrayed me. This is definitely, I don't want to say a Cain and Abel type of a story, but that's where I'm getting at with it. And I want to see Kevin finally get his revenge. I mean, he didn't get it against Cody, and at this point, he deserves a bigger win. I think that Kevin deserves a bigger win over Sami Zayn. Sammy already has the crowd. Sammy has had, multiple chances. He's held title, not the world title, but he even had an intercontinental run. And Kevin hasn't held a title since holding it with Sammy when they were tag team champions. So I really hope that Kevin wins this one. Um, Sammy deserves everything that he's going to get.
Fair enough. So let's talk about the Judgment Day as a whole, because what what are they doing? What is all this coming to? Because let's look at how everything went. Liv's in the elimination chamber.
Yes,
Raquel isn't, which I am happy about because I said Roxanne Perez was going to be in the
you
elimination
did.
chamber,
You did.
and she deserves it because she didn't drop her NXT title to Julia for nothing. They're obviously moving her up in like the most
Oh yeah,
smoothest way possible. So
but
she's
still
definitely best to
having
be
her
on Raw.
attached, and still having her attached to NXT. Like it hasn't been confirmed that she's on Raw, and it's like
Right.
that she's still like no, she's just here like the others, and having a couple of matches or whatever. But I love this smooth transition, like you said, they're doing
Yeah,
with her.
it's smooth as hell. Like we not even questioning like why are you here now? Like no, we know you're here.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So and I want her to win it. I don't care. I want her to win it. But she beat Raquel Rodriguez.
Yes.
Dom lost to AJ Styles. And I'm getting sick of Dom losing. Dom, it's time for Dom to win
I'm glad
sometimes.
you said
Like,
it. I'm
I
glad you
don't
said it.
like as funny as he is being a heel, and you always have that heel that loses and it's funny, but it's like it's time for him to get some wins. It's time for him to like at least go after Braun Breaker and at least have him tap into that old Eddie, like
Yeah.
I'm a cheat and I'm a win. And at some point, y'all are going to cheer for this man. Like we boo him
Yeah.
to boo him, like as fun. But like, I don't see anybody actually hating him.
And you know how I know this? He's actually lately been able to speak on the mic without the whole arena going crazy. It's like, wait, wait, wait. We really want to hear what he has to say. I truly believe Dom has earned our respect. Like, I, when he first did what he did, he betrayed Rey Mysterio, joined the Judgment Day. Of course, everyone was like, F you, not messing with you. How could you betray your father? And your father was Rey Mysterio? Oh no. Like, you're just some punk kid, you know. But Clyde is kept. I've always loved Dom. Like I always have. I love him with the Judgment Day, and right now he's showing his status as a leader and stepping up. He's the one that got Quinn Finn his qualifying match, even though Finn didn't win. But Dom seems like he's pretty much stepping up to the plate because Finn is too obsessed with himself. Like Dom is actually trying to get the Judgment Day back on top. It's not working, but he's trying. He's doing something because Finn is doing
Right.
nothing but complaining, or Finn is just out of the way and he's gone. So, you're right about that. I'm tired of him losing. I'm ready to see him on his own, him and Liv. Like at this
And
point,
I would give him, Liv, Raquel, and Carlito their own stable. I'm not sure what the stable would be, but I don't want him in the Judgment Day anymore. I want them off on their own. I want him and Carlito to at least get the tag team championships if they don't give him the Intercontinental Championship right now.
hmm, you know what's crazy is I never thought about Carlito still being around. But you
Yeah,
know what? You're
because
right.
they're
It's
not
kind
giving
of
him
like
much to play with. Like he's just in the background. So like,
that is
yeah,
that
give
is
him
true.
something. Like him and Dom as like a old man, young man. Like here's what I know. I am an old heel. You're a young heel. Let's figure out how to cheat and win all these win these championships together.
I feel like what they're trying to do with Carlito, they're trying to turn him into an R-Truth in a way, but R-Truth is just more over with the crowd. And then R-Truth actually gets matches. He interacts with the crowd. Like Carlito's funny. I love him letting the young guys get their camera time and be out in the forefront. But you're right. It's time for Carlito to start showing them who he is. Because I remember Carlito when he was ruthless, beating on my man, oh John Cena. but he was an amazing heel. Like, and they need to showcase that.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
And like we brought up Finn for a minute, he lost to Seth Rollins.
Oh,
So
that was such a. I feel like the irony, like he's always talking trash, especially when it came to Seth. When Seth used to be, the world champion and everything. So much history there. But you know that I did want Finn to win it in some way. I felt like Finn deserved to win. But now that Seth is in the Elimination Chamber, I know how this is going to play out. And I really, really hope that they do it the way that I'm thinking they're going to do it because I've talked to you about this, but everyone's still, well, I don't know if everyone is, but where's Roman? There's no way Roman is not going to be at WrestleMania. So it's like, how do we fit him into the show? And he still has yet to get
show up.
his revenge on Seth for what Seth did at the Royal Rumble to him. You
True.
cost me the Royal Rumble. Not only that, but you stomped me twice. You tried to take me out, and you think that you're about to carry your little self on to WrestleMania by winning the Elimination Chamber? No, he has to interfere.
I'm calling it right now.
What?
They're going to have a triple threat match. Him, CM Punk, and at him by Roman. Roman, CM Punk, and Seth. They're going to have a triple threat match at WrestleMania because
Why?
CM Punk's not going to win. We know he's not going to win. He's not
Cena's
he's not main
winning.
eventing WrestleMania. Right. So if those three, because they're the ones that had legitimate beef at the Royal Rumble. So what's going to happen is they're going to have a triple threat because Roman's going to come into that ring. He's going to Superman punch Seth. After he Superman punches Seth, he's going to set himself up for that spear. Seth's going to move and spear the
Mm.
hell out of CM Punk or hit CM Punk in some way or fashion. And that's going to trigger everything because now all three of them have to fight at WrestleMania. And
Oh man,
that's when
don't,
the thing with him and Paul Heyman's going to come into effect. Again,
don't
that's
do
what
that
I'm
to me.
thinking.
Don't do that. Don't do that
That's
to
what
me.
I'm
Don't do
thinking.
that to me. Don't do that to me. Cause that is amazing how you set that up. Oh, I just got literal chills. Like,
WWE,
that
hire
sounds,
me. Hire
hire
me.
him now, please. I will be his security. But because that setup is amazing. And the fact that Paul Heyman owes him that, oh, you owe me this favor. You can't tell me no. Because I could have told you no and I didn't. So, oh, wow. Oh, that's huge. Oh my God. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, okay, okay. Well, that's like,
So
get it back.
we'll see what happens this Saturday. But let's. I'm gonna touch on NXT for just a minute.
Wait,
Eh,
before that, mommy didn't show up. Mommy wasn't at Raw. It broke my
that's
heart a little
true.
bit. She was not there.
But she really didn't need to be necessarily because what?
She did it, but it's Monday Night Mommy, so I'm so used to seeing her. But I know that she finally took her honeymoon with her husband, so that's why she
Ah,
wasn't there. So
okay, that's fair.
lovebirds.
So yeah, just touching on NXT real quick.
Hmm.
Obafemi, my choice for NXT champion over Trick Williams, uh, is going up against TNA's champion Moose. I am going to watch the hell out of whatever match they have because it is going to be fire. Both huge men just fighting. Like that's going to be amazing. Obafemi is phenomenal. Like there's no way to explain it other than that. You got to watch him.
Oh, I've watched him. I know exactly who he is. I love his character, his mic work, his in-ring work. He is amazing, and I'm not gonna lie. I did at first. I was saying that Trick lost his title, but then I said, you know what? I'm cool with Oba being the champ.
See,
He's so damn dominant.
see,
Like, I believe everything that he says. I believe I feel him. So I'm rocking with him. I was a little taken aback and I was kind of salty when they jumped him, at Vengeance. I wasn't messing with that. I was very upset, but Oba most definitely is a wonderful champion, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Um, as you know, I'm trying to get into the other shows, so this Moose person is a little, new to me, but with the whole TNA crossover, I'm glad that it gives these superstars, a chance to shine on an even bigger platform, and for them to gain a whole nother group of fans. Um, So I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with that. But you see, your girl showed up on NXT, Jordan.
oh yeah, of course, of course. We knew that was coming. We knew that was coming.
I didn't know
So
if that was coming. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that was definitely that was an inevitability that she was gonna show
Yeah,
up. But she did her thing with in the main event. I do love the fact that they switch off between the men and the women in the main event. That like
yeah,
I want to say it's company wide now, but like NXT, it definitely is more prominent that the women show up. And
yeah. That they have more than one or two matches involving the women. They're really letting them shine and
yeah,
and showcase their talents, and I love that. I feel like SmackDown definitely is trying to catch up with that. I peeped that on Friday. They were trying to showcase more of the women on Friday. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. Like, hopefully they keep that up because they're huge stars as well. Like, you can't forget about them. You can't just keep showing us, no offense, and these are my girls, Bianca and Naomi all the time. Like, we know that there's other women there. Like, show them. Because what's going on? Chelsea Green, she is the United States champion. She needs to be having some matches.
yeah. And
Yeah.
one more thing about NXT, Ricky Starks now going by Ricky Saints signed his contract. It's official.
Mm.
He is on NXT. So
Yeah,
there's
I'm
that.
happy about that. It's just the name for me.
Yeah,
Type of name is
and
that?
then Rick Starks is his literal last name. It's like you could have just been yourself. I
What
get it.
is
He's
what?
probably he's throwing it for throwing some love to his home state, home what's the
It's
term?
stupid. It's stupid. Is what it is. It's
He's
stupid.
from Louisiana, so the Saints. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
and
guessing
that's
that's where it's from.
wonderful. You could have came out with some in-ring gear of their team's colors or something, logo, something. But to change your name and people fell in love with you, and I'm just now getting into you and knowing you as Ricky Starks, and I'm like, okay, cool, I like that name. Saints.
It's gonna grow on you. It's gonna grow on you because
It's
you
it's
ain't got no other
it won't.
choice. You ain't got
It
no
won't.
choice. You ain't got no
Guess
choice.
what? Guess what?
You
His
just gonna
name
call him
is
Ricky
just like
Starks.
Batista. Ricky. Ricky.
That's all you gonna call him.
That's that's it.
You don't
Ricky.
call Batista Dave. You just call him Batista.
Batista. Who is
Okay.
Dave Batista? Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Like, I don't know. Ricky is his name. He lucky I don't call him Ricky Tan.
All right. Okay.
Want to change his name so much.
So let's now we can go to SmackDown.
Yes.
What was a highlight for you? Cause you know, I'm talking about match wise, not the big thing that happened. But I'm like match
Oh,
wise, what was a highlight for you?
oh. Match wise. Even though the match didn't take place, I did kind of jump because I was a little nervous and I didn't know if that was part of the show. And I know I just spoke about them showing them too much, but when Naomi and Bianca came out there, then I didn't realize that Liv Morgan and Raquel were in the ring,
Mm,
unless they were outside the ring or something. But when she pushed her and it's all dark, and then they just attacked them, like really attacked them. I'm loving this brutal side to Liv. She showed it a little bit when it came to Rhea, but with her and Raquel, because in my head I kept thinking, Raquel, you're supposed to be her security guard or whatever, her protection. But for you to be as big, you're not really doing much. You're
Not
getting
at
knocked down
all.
from small moves. Like, let's put it
All you
together.
doing is snatch and live out whatever you need to and running. That's it. You ain't even
That's
in the muscle
it.
whatsoever.
That's it. And it's kind of embarrassing because they used to compare her and Rhea so much. If this was Rhea, oh, girls would be flying over the ring, over the announce table. You're that big. As a matter of fact, I think she's bigger than Rhea. Like,
Mm.
as far as height wise.
Oh yeah,
Like Rhea's tall, but I'm talking about like height because Rhea has more
yeah,
muscle.
yeah,
Raquel is just, she's solid, but
yeah.
she's tall. And I would just think that she would just be yanking girls. Instead, you're just there like a big board. Like, I don't get it. Liv is literally doing all the work.
Yep.
Um, but on Friday, she definitely showed it side. And this is the Raquel that I want to see. Like, I'm loving this. Like, it's not that they're scared. It's we can take the fight to you, but we fight dirty and we'll fight you when we feel like it. It's that. Because it's not her Liv doing something, her running behind Raquel. It's like, no, we both, we're gonna attack you and jump you together and we're very brutal about it and we're gonna laugh about it and we don't care. So I know they have their tag team match tomorrow on Raw with Naomi and Bianca. Um in a way, I don't know if I want them to win, but then I do want them to win. Back and forth about it. We'll see.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Oh, hmm. This new version of Solo, I really don't know what to feel about it. I'm a little nervous because I feel like there's so much sarcasm. And in a way, I feel like Jacob either he peeps it because this whole I love you. That's why I love you, Jacob. Like, I don't know what to feel. I really feel like some snake stuff is going to happen.
Oh, it
And
has to.
everyone keeps thinking it that I've talked to other people and they were saying they think it's going to be Jacob. No, I really believe it's going to be Solo. Like, I think that
Solo.
Solo's going to feel, I brought you in. Who do you think you are? Telling
Yeah,
me you are running SmackDown? I'll
I
let you
have been.
have
You
that.
left.
I
I have
know,
been. You
but
left. Like,
but
so what
yeah,
do you mean
and
I'm
that
not
is
running
true,
SmackDown? So yeah, he
and
gonna
that is
snake him.
true. Yeah, for sure, gonna snake him. For sure, gonna snake him. Um, I just don't know when it's going to happen. And Jacob didn't seem too
Receptive.
apologetic after he kicked Solo. Solo did when that happened, but it was more like a yeah, whatever. Like, man, I don't. It's crazy because I don't want them to break up. I feel like they just came together. That's the one group I don't want them to crumble yet. I still want to see them work. I still want to see them, terrorizing them together because they were amazing. I love that Jacob is getting his traction as well as Tamatonga with the crowd and everybody, and
And honestly, they
clearly
work
he's
better.
gonna.
They work better as a duo than they did with what's that man name? Tongaloa.
Don't do Tonga like
He wherever he at, when he come back, he need to be like the manager. He don't need to be in the
that.
ring. He don't be. He don't need to.
Stop.
He don't need to be
Hey,
nobody
that
tag team
man,
partner. He
that
just need
man
to
was a
be.
tag team champion.
He need to be like, hey,
Granted, he only got the title because Jacob handed him the title. He didn't earn it. But
and then
still,
what's his do he have like mic work at all that we've seen so far?
no, not really. I
I
don't
feel
think he,
like you know
to be
they
honest, now I'm trying to think. I don't even know what that man's voice sounds like. I can't even think in my head to be like, hmm.
They released 13 people like a couple of weeks ago, so it's like,
Don't say that. No, it can't be. They can't do that to him. That that would be. And to be completely honest, do you think that The Rock is going to let that happen?
yes,
That's his family.
I think he would let that happen.
I don't think so because he's
But
injured.
but
He's
but
injured. So
like I
it's
said,
like,
if he come back and he finds a way to fit in, and him and his brother figure out how they gonna be tag team partners, cool. However, if it's him, Jacob, and Tama, they
hmm
I want them to be their own little group, and Solo is just out floating in the cosmos somewhere. Because at this point, you alienated yourself because you brought them in to be your backup. They're outshining you and outdoing you, and you feel some type of way. They gonna follow. They definitely gonna follow Jacob. They not finna follow Solo anymore unless
bro.
they all are like planning to snake Solo. But Tama seemed like he gonna follow Jacob till the wheels fall off. So it's Jacob, Tama, and Tangaloa, and then Solo is off in the cosmos somewhere by himself, floating around because he has absolutely nobody on his side anymore.
Do
So
you know
that
what
could
this
be a
reminds
whole
me
thing
of?
for him. What's that?
How well do you know The Lion King, the cartoon when we were kids?
Are you saying that he's Simba?
No.
Who is he?
At the end of the movie, remember Scar had those three hyenas that were with him,
Yeah, yeah,
and when being confronted by Simba about why he turned on his dad and did all these things, remember he threw the three hyenas under the bus. It was like to say his own behind, like, oh no, I don't. It's given like you said when you said that he isolated, and I remember looking on their faces. It's kind of like you left us. You came in a ring. You brought the microphone. I'm still sitting there. I love you and honor you, and then you leave. You left us high and dry. You said nothing, and you were gone for weeks. Like, and Solo saying, I mean, that's Solo. Jacob was saying that I've been trying to contact you. You haven't been answering my calls at all. And then for Solo to say, "Oh, I just need some time away and everything," yeah, but still respect that. But you could have said something to me, and it's kind of you just left us. You just left us here. So already with the way that those three were presented to us when they first came into the business, when when Paul Heyman was saying there was a reason why he didn't bring them because they're out of control and they're this and they're that. Just like to me, how a wild animal would be. That's what Jacob kind of is in comparison to, like the hyenas. Like
yeah.
they're on the outs. They're on the outside. Scar was still in the Pride lands because he's Mufasa's brother.
Right.
So it was like you betrayed him, just like Solo betrayed Roman, and you thought you and your bloodline, you and those hyenas, Scar, was going to take over. But then in the end, you kind of just left them high and dry, and it's like that's I don't know why that just popped up in my head of how that could be kind of compared to that. But you're right. I'll think I'll be okay with those three being in a group together. Um, because Solo, you might have lost the match against Roman and he, got his Ulafala back. But I feel like there still needs to be some revenge being taken out on you. Um, Granted, he never mistreated them like how Roman did. Um, but I believe that it's the whole Jacob felt like you left me. You bring me in
Like
when
you
everybody
pulled
else is isolated me. You bring me in and then you leave me.
like you
So,
pulled a Roman on them, but you have literally none of the accolades that Roman had
hmm
before he left. You didn't win the
yeah.
title. All you had was the Ulafala, and technically you took that because they didn't bestow that on you. So
So you a
you took
thief?
that, and then you got your ass beat, and now you just solo,
Now you
literally.
just gone. Literally, you're living up to your name, son. You just left us to fend for ourselves. Like everyone else, was questioning what was going to happen with them, and that's when Jacob started getting on the microphone and start, addressing stuff. Like that's when the hood started coming out of him, and don't. don't get it twisted or whatnot. Like what he say? I'm off the leash now because I don't want to say kind of my owner or whatever here or my leader to stop me. So can't nobody tell me nothing.
at
They
all.
were attacking everybody. Everybody was afraid of that man. He's a nut. Imagine you hit somebody with all your might, and he gets knocked down, and he jumps right back up. Like, yeah, that ain't did nothing. Like, that's scary. Like, that is scary. Like, I know that. Excuse me. That Solo was supposed to be that for Roman, and he did have his moments where it was like, man, Solo, he didn't force it. He don't play. But at some point, he did get knocked down and get knocked down.
Yep,
Jacob
sure
get
did.
knocked down, and you turn around and you like, yeah, I knocked him down, and that man is standing behind you, smoke coming out his nose, like you just charged me up. Like what? Stay away from him. I
And
don't want to meet him in real life. Stay away from him. This is not a character. This is not a character he's playing. He's got everybody fooled. No, he'll snap at any moment. I'm afraid. Like that man talk like, which he has been in jail. Jacob ain't nothing to play with. He's that in real life. Enforcer. No,
yeah,
I'm afraid of him.
so yeah, that all of that.
Man.
So now to make things a little bit lighter, our truth
Okay.
is
Oh,
the
R-Truth.
greatest people ever. Give that man
Yes,
a title. I don't care what title,
please,
just give it to him.
please.
Because the way he had this match with him, Louisiana Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and The Miz, absolute comedy.
It was
This
comedy. That was gold. That match is going to go in the Hall of Fame, and when he gets inducted, they have to bring that up because he
you
carried all of them,
you
all
you
of them.
you tagged in The Miz.
So,
He
and
ain't on
then
your team.
got on the outside like I'm tagging my partner. Like what? Then to
Then
say you got, go ahead,
then pinned Carmelo and counted himself. Give that man a title. Stop playing.
please,
Just give him a title. Give him something.
please,
He
please.
deserves something.
He really came out there with the beads around his neck. Louisiana's own.
And gave
What?
LA Knight the signature sandwich. Like,
Crazy. And LA Knight ate it. He was eating it. Literally eating it, walking to the ring. Gave it to the timekeeper. Yeah, hold that. You eat that after the match. That was wild. It was the fact that everyone was like really thinking when he said that he had a even even the Miz. Give it up for the Miz because I feel like he is so underrated and I hate that because he is freaking amazing. Um Him and Carmelo Hayes have been hilarious to me. The whole duo I feel like is kind of genius.
honestly, I
Um
think that's who Carmelo needs to run with for a little bit.
yeah, like he showed but you know what? Oh wow. He's shown off that he's great in the ring and his athleticism. Myself, I'm sorry. With Andrade, and then now you're. I feel like they're trying to work on his mic work, his
His
with the
character.
Miz. Yeah, because the Miz is such a wonderful character, and his mic work is amazing. So I like what they're doing with him because we all know that Carmelo is good in the ring. We know he's athletic. We know that he can draw a crowd
And
to pay
that was
attention to.
literally my only gripe about him.
Yeah,
Cause and I
it
said
was.
it, like he
Yep.
has no character.
Yeah,
So
you did
give
say that.
him the Miz to help him
The Miz
figure
is
out
great
what
with
that
that.
character is, because that he's basically a baby Miz, but he's black. That's all that is. So like
Oh my God, he
if he can
is.
glean some of that, that would be great.
Back when he was still Mike Mizan, and I remember when the Miz was on Tough Enough. Like And then when men started coming to the fold, when he was like helping with the Divas with the Diva Surge and coming out every Monday Night Raw, I'm not gonna lie, he was so annoying. But they knew he had potential, and I felt like they're doing the same thing with Carmelo Hayes. But his segment with the Miz backstage was hilarious, and how our truth kept interfering when he said, "Because I'm the Miz and I'm," and he didn't say anything. And our truth walks up. He wants you to say awesome.
Like
He's like,
how are you helping?
"What? Yeah, I thought you walked away." Like, they're hilarious. I like that they still have them working together because I know that they're in real life they're such good friends. Uh, the Miz and our truth. Um, I know that it's so I couldn't work with our truth. My stomach would hurt. I would break character too many times. Like
Every time, anytime he would talk, I would just, even if it wasn't like to be funny, I know I would crack just for the sheer sake that he said it.
he's to me the Kevin Hart. Like how Kevin could just say random stuff and it just makes your stomach hurt. He's that to me for WWE. Like the day he goes into the Hall of Fame, it's going to be one of the funniest induction ceremony speeches
Absolutely,
ever.
has
Like,
to
and
be.
I can't wait for it.
And while we're on the subject of Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart has a friend, and that friend showed up on Friday,
A best friend.
and
A
that
best friend.
friend had one of the most chilling
Whew,
promos I've seen in a very long time on WWE television. Because
man,
if you don't know, him and Cody Rhodes came out, and The Rock had a remix of something in his song, in his entrance song, and it turned out to be the song for WrestleMania 30, which is definitely going to be taking place in Louisiana.
WrestleMania
Not
42.
damn, not WrestleMania 30. I'm sorry, WrestleMania 42.
Oh,
Sorry.
you just took us back 12 years, boy.
But yeah, it's going to be in Louisiana.
Yes.
And him and Cody had a conversation in which he acknowledged that yes, me and Cody have become friends since I beat his ass. Um, we drink together, our kids have met each other, our moms like each other now.
Mhm.
We become friends, and I'm your
Mhm.
boss. And as your boss, I want you to be my champion. And I want you to be my champion, meaning I want you to give me your soul.
Yeah,
And I was like, The Rock is the devil. That's all this is now. He's the devil
the devil.
because you made yourself seem like you and him was cool, and now you saying you want his soul. Like
Do
you
you
definitely are
know
the devil.
how amazing? And then for a second, just for a second, I forgot of The Rock being Dwayne Johnson. I'm only looking at him as being The Rock, the wrestler, people's champ. This the segment he gave us, it just clicked in my head when I'm like, well, The Rock is one of the greatest actors in Hollywood. So he really did. As he said when he first came out, The Rock is going to drop some gospel on you. And he did. And then to go back to uh, the segment when Rock showed up to NXT. And this is the night after the Raw on Netflix debut. When he and Cody were in the back in the parking lot. And a little before that, when The Rock was in the ring and he's giving Cody his props for being an amazing champion and everything, and they're in the back, and it was all over Instagram and social media, and they're drinking tequila and they're cracking jokes and showing love and all of that. And The Rock shows up to NXT, and of course everybody, was feeling the type of way because Rock, you're not supposed to be friends with Cody Rhodes. You're the final boss. Like, what is this? We don't want to see Dwayne and Cody. We need to see The Rock, the final boss, and Cody Rhodes. All right, like where's the Cody crybabies? Like where's that? Like what is going on? Why are you befriending him? And then The Rock's response to all of that was, to shut your mouths and enjoy the ride that The Rock is about to take you on. Now, I'm not going to lie. When he said that, I honestly looked at it as just a catchphrase for this final boss character because he said it before. Shut your mouths and, enjoy the ride The Rock's about to take you on. And I'm just like, okay, this is one of his phrases for this character. When in actuality, he was really telling us to get ready to enjoy this ride that I'm going to take you on. And he proceeded to say that The Rock is 20 steps ahead of everyone. None of that clicked until Friday after that segment. And I was able to dissect everything. And I'm like, this is pure genius. This is great storytelling because after Cody won the title, we didn't see Rock. He said he's gonna go away for a while, so we're really thinking, man, like that was a good run. I'm glad that Rock gave it to us, and it was good to see that character again, but we ain't gonna see it no more. And then when he finally showed up, Raw Netflix debut, he's dressed like the character, but he's not really the character. Like, what is going on? Um, so to show all of that, yeah. Of course, I rubbed Cody's back. I placed, like you said, I placed the flowers at your feet. I acknowledge you as being our champion. You're a great champion. Our moms are friends. We're friends now. We drink tequila together. We're buddies, right? And then he proceeded to say how um the people that own WWE and TKO, and they said, no, Rock, you own WWE. He said, no, I don't own it, but I am the most powerful. It's kind of reminding Cody, yeah, we're buddies, but let me remind you who's running this thing. Let me remind you of who you're dealing with in the same breath, and then switch it off to, man, but you're great, and I can make all your dreams come true, and all these things, and you're putting him up on his pedestal, and then you go on to say that you want him to be your champion. And the moment he said that I want that, I said, oh yeah, when he pointed at Cody. Knew that was coming. Yeah, you want his title. We all knew that, That's what you were after the whole time, the night after WrestleMania. You asked Cody, can you hold it? All of those things. You want the belt and Cody addresses it and you say, no, you don't, it's not that. Then I thought, okay, well, before that, he said everything, the thing he always wanted most was a brother. Maybe he's going to say that again. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that man was going to look Cody Rhodes in the eye and say, I want your soul. When I tell you, I watched that at least 20 times, and every single time I got a chill on my arm because you get so involved in the segment and he says that. And all does he say it, he smiles at him and he touches his face like, it's okay though, I'm comforting you. I'm your
like like
friend.
like I
I'll see
said,
you at
he's
Elimination
the
Chamber.
devil. He's the
This
devil.
is amazing.
It was
This
like
is amazing.
he went to the writers and
Like,
was like, "Hey, read the Bible real quick and write the devil for me."
do you know how amazing this is? And here's the thing, and The Rock's voice, here's the thing. Is Cody going to take it? And if Cody doesn't, we all said, well, you and I just said who we believe is going to win the Elimination Chamber. Everybody wants Cena to finally do a heel run. And to be completely honest, Cena, you kind of owe it to us. Like, everyone knows I love John Cena more than anybody in this world. Love him. However, this whole you've been a good guy for so long and now it's starting to look like it's John Cena playing John Cena. Like, have you been in Hollywood too long? Even when he was in Elimination Chamber, the Royal Rumble, and he's getting ready to do the five knuckle shuffle, John Cena would just do it. Not you hold your hand up like we're about to do it, we're about to do it, and you're hyping everyone. It's like, is this nostalgia for you? Because your last run, we want to see you beat John Cena. And right now, I feel like would be the perfect time to do that switch.
Hey, I just thought
And
of
I can,
something. I just thought of
what?
something while you was talking. What if Cody don't take it right? Cody's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm gonna stay their champion. I'm gonna be the good guy. I'm gonna be their champion.
Mm-hmm.
And come elimination chamber, John Cena wins,
Mhm.
and him and Cody go to WrestleMania.
Mhm.
The Rock, instead of giving Cody that chance, he gives it to Cena.
Yeah. That's what I was going
Oh shit! Well, my bad.
with. Yeah.
That
I can
yeah,
see that. That's why I said that as far as John Cena having that heel run, he owes that to us. We've been wanting this, and this will be the perfect way to end off his, to take the rest of his year. Like they've had their issues. We're buddies now and friends. I know that John Cena has said me winning the Elimination Chamber and going on to WrestleMania to become a record-breaking 17-time champion is what's best for business, and I'm going to do it. His promo was chilling because there was no smile. It wasn't the same hunky dory Cena. It was, I'm being extremely serious. This is what's going to happen. And
the company owes
Cody is
me.
the company owes me. I've been sitting here losing and putting over all the superstars. Now it's time to remind y'all who I am and how I got to be this 16-time world champion. There's no one in history that's tied with Ric Flair and Cena has. And now he want to break it to have the most titles. And he said, I want to shake the hand of the person that's going to be 18. But in order to do that, I have to be 17. And I can honestly see him making that deal. This is a Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 17, if I'm not mistaken, moment.
Yes, absolutely, and
Because
it's so
and the
much
fact
better.
that The Rock was the person that was in that match, it was. Remember when I said that two good guys? I don't like to see two good guys go against each other.
Right.
And Stone Cold and The Rock are two examples of that because they're both over with the crowd. They were good guys. Granted, Stone Cold was a little rough or whatnot, but he was still considered good guy. Vince was the bad guy. So having these two in a match, they're fighting. You don't know who to root for, Stone Cold or The Rock. You love them both. And here comes Vince. Why are you down here? He's trying to screw over Stone Cold. No, he might screw over The Rock. Man, Stone Cold needs to go ahead and stunner him. And no, he sides with Vince McMahon. You never saw that coming in a million years. Just like I would never see John Cena siding with The Rock, especially this version. They already last year, John came out there to help Cody, and The Rock came out there and put hands on John Cena. A whole year later, I want this title, so I'll make that deal. I'll be cool with that, but I would love to see Cody as a heel. I told you I felt like it was coming. The arrogancy already with the match with him and Kevin Owens. If Cody makes this show, that'll be wonderful.
I don't see Cody making a deal. I
You
really
don't?
want it to be Cena. I want it to be Cena so bad because
Yeah.
it's like they're planting the seeds for it. Because it's like Cena being serious, Cena saying the company owes me. Him and Rock teaming up is like we never thought we would see that after they whole history. Um, and then yeah, and then now Cody is again fighting, which is like what we said. His
And
best
when he's
come
the
ups are
underdog.
always when he's on the underdog. So like
Yeah.
you're fighting to
Yeah.
win back the soul of the company now. It's like, okay, we can get back you get back to being hot. Like that is perfect.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'd like to see that. And plus, because Cody was a heel for so long when he was in AEW, remember he kept fighting, I believe, to be a face and then,
They
allow that
wouldn't
to
let him.
happen. So now that he's done that and he's so over with the crowd and he's being this good guy, he's doing what he always wanted. No, I can see him doing that. And John Cena making that change. Wow, I would love that. That would be great because John Cena has had multiple opportunities to side with the authority, to side with Vince McMahon, to side with Stephanie and Triple H. He's always, they presented that to him. You remember? some years back during the PG era, and he said no. He did the same thing Cody did. I'm their champion. You know that whole ordeal. Well, John kind of ain't been champion since back then. So maybe it's time for you to make a deal with the devil. Like, I'm sorry, I just keep picturing The Rock saying that over and over again in my head, and it still takes my breath away because it was the whole setup. It was Cody's face. No one saw that coming. If you listen to the crowd, they got so quiet. It was like, wait, what? You just hear murmurs. Like, they didn't expect him to say that. And then I thought they were going to hit his music, which made it even more chilling. He walks out and it's just silent. He's just walking and no words are being said. Like,
Even though I'm pretty sure he said hit his music, and the music guy just didn't.
no,
I
I
thought
don't
I
think
saw
so.
him say. I thought I saw him mouth hit my music, and they just didn't.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
But you're right. Yeah,
It made it
that
even
walk
more.
off made it even more
That
menacing.
walk off was like, and then you heard just Cody's mic drop, like his mic dropped out of his hand. Like, what? My soul. Like, because again, and then I've been seeing a lot of people say, oh, I don't understand this segment. You gotta be stupid to not understand
Like, what's
everything
not to
that
get?
happened. That's the thing. I think that sometimes I'm not gonna lie, wrestling fans really irritate me. It's like one minute, oh, we want this version, we want The Rock to go back to this. Okay, you did that all within this segment. He was a face and declined into a heel, all in one segment. He gave it to you, and if people want to dissect it, oh, why was Rock out there so long? This just doesn't make any sense. He covered everything that needed to be covered. He said everything that needed to be said. To me, it was perfect.